Okay, so this is like the latest I've been since the first day. So this day, 4 weeks ago. I decided to start watching The Walking Dead again. So I thought I needed a little break from like uploading videos. Doing nothing but sitting at my computer uploading videos for the past few weeks. So I'm like, I finished all my other shows. I don't want to scroll 6 hours for a movie to watch for an hour and a half. That's going to be disappointing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like 2-3 seasons behind on Walking Dead, so it was right there on Netflix. I'm like, yeah. It started in the first 3 episodes. I had like all cliffhangers. In season 9, at least the first 2 did. The first 2 had like a cliffhanger. I'm like, what? I gotta watch the next episode. The third one finally kind of had a normal ending. I mean, obviously they all leave open for the next one, but it wasn't like one of those like shocking cliffhangers like they like to do if you watch the show, you know, or like a lot of shows they have that little shocking cliffhanger that you gotta go watch the next episode. You know, something goofy happens, and you're like, no, I didn't know what happens. Ah. Anyway, so real fast, couple things. I need to make sure that I get this done quickly. So, not just because I'm late, but also because my results from last week kind of, I think, reflected. I don't think my diet was too far off. I'm not tracking everything like I should, but considering I tracked everything so damn intensely, you know, keep mentioning it, 8 years ago when I did my you know, I can't talk. I'm trying to talk faster than I'm thinking. 8 years ago when I lost all that weight real quick, I was tracking everything so precisely that I pretty much know what I'm eating. Because I for the most part, just, I'm eating the same stuff, you know. I probably should start tracking again, just one, because it's a good idea, and two, in case anybody's following me, I want to make sure I set the proper example. You should track your calories if you're trying to lose weight. I don't know why. Oh yeah. Again, talking faster than I'm thinking. Last week, I spent way too much time talking, not just beforehand or afterwards, because at least those I have something that I can say. You know, I can do a little spiel or whatever, like right now. But in between exercises, that was not good. I don't need a rest break between exercises with what I'm doing for this segment. One of 30 is cardiovascular, muscle endurance. I'm supposed to be moving like I did the first day. The first day the video was only 40 minutes. I got on here, I turned it on, I started the thing. I did everything but the cool down on the 20-minute workout. So that probably took about 16, 17 minutes. And then I just came over, just went down my list. I'm like, okay, bench press. Okay, flies. Okay, this. And I kind of made snide comments like, if anybody cares, I don't think anybody's watching me. And it took 40 minutes total to get through that workout. So with doing one set of 30 and the number of exercises that I'm doing, some days might take a little bit longer just because there's a different setup. Or a couple days have a few single-armed exercises. You know, like the overhead extension, I really can't do double. I mean, I probably could with the light weights, but there are certain exercises that are single-armed, like bent over rows, the kickbacks, the rear lateral raises, then there's alternating ones that I prefer to do alternating, just to keep my balance better. They take a little bit longer to do than the double-armed exercises, or even the kickbacks, the cable things with the abductors and stuff. It's one side at a time, so they take a little bit longer, but not much. So I think the results from last week reflect more upon the fact that I did not pace myself properly this last week, because I spent a lot more time talking during the workout. The workout itself should take anywhere between 40, including the warm-up, 40 minutes to an hour max, at least for the 1 of 30. Probably a tad bit longer for the 2 of 15, tad bit longer for the 3 of 10, longer for the 5s. You get the picture. So, other thing, real fast on my results. I was talking yesterday. I don't know if anybody's watching me now. I see somebody's in here. Somebody's in Twitch as well. I don't think anybody's on Instagram yet, but obviously nobody's on YouTube because I haven't posted it yet. I was talking yesterday about taking your measurements once a week, okay? And you're going to have fluctuations even taking them once a week because your body does stuff, all right? I took my measurements twice yesterday. First thing in the morning, when I knew I just ate, some food that's going to sit in my stomach and my gut overnight pretty well. I took my measure, just so you know, my measurement around my waist. Again, this is your waist. These are your hips. Your waist is up here. So I take it at the fattest portion, okay, around my waist. I was 45 and a quarter at the end of 45 and a quarter inches at the end of 2 weeks. And when I got up in the morning, which is usually the best time to do it, on the same day every week, I got up in the morning, it was 45 and a half. Okay, but I felt a little, I guess you can say bloated, I guess. And then I came down, I did my workout, which wasn't a workout, it was a stretch. So I really only had like a sip of water before I came down. I had a sip of water before I went back up. Then I sat on the couch for like 3 hours and did nothing. I didn't even eat yet. Went in, took my measurements again. I was like 45 and a quarter. So some of the food is settling as it needed to. Got up this morning and took my measurement again, and it was 45. So there's going to be fluctuations. Food's going to settle. Bowels are going to move. Their body functions. I know it kind of sounds disgusting, but it's just part of everybody does it. So it's part of being a living creature. So your measurements are going to fluctuate. Okay, that's why I say once a week at minimum, or maximum. Once a week at maximum. You don't want to go any more than that. But that gives you a rough estimate. If it fluctuates, it fluctuates. Gives you time to make adjustments. It just kind of reminded me that I have to make sure I do my workout all the way through without stopping and chit-chatting. Even though half the time I'm not chit-chatting, I just remembered something. I'm like, oh, I should probably talk about this. Or, you know what, I kind of want to talk about this, which is kind of dumb because some of it's important to the workout. So it's not, I'm not talking about stuff where I say, if you prefer doing it this way, you can do it this way. I prefer doing it this way. Or there's a reason why you do this twist at the end, or whatever thing. All that's fine, okay? But it's when I get on a little rant like I'm doing now, in the middle of the workout, that it becomes a problem. And like I said, my results, I think, reflected that. So I'm counting. I made a video, yes, my results video on TikTok, and I put it to YouTube as well, in the fitness journey playlist. With the results of having the 45 and a quarter here. All right. However, I'm going to make an adjustment because it is just one day later. I know I had a lot of food settling, so it's 45. So I lost a quarter of an inch. And I did say yesterday too, there is nothing wrong with you taking your measurements 3 days in a row, but it's for that one day, just so you can see the difference. And the lightest and the smallest is where you're actually going to be, because like I said, you're not going to get any lighter than you normally are. You're not going to get any smaller than you are over that period of 3 days. That's going to be your measurements. You know, so you could be bloated. You could be standing. I could be standing like this, pushing out. I could be sucking it in, and then it's smaller. So you have to make sure everything is correct on your measurements. You step on that scale on Saturday, it's 195. You step on your scale on Sunday, it's 193. You step on your scale on Monday, it's 194. Well, it's 193, right? So nothing wrong with taking it 2 or 3 days in a row as long as you're consistent with it. All right. But I would make sure it's at the end of your weekly cycle. So if you go Monday to Saturday and Sunday's your rest day or your stretch day, Sunday morning, that's your day. Sunday morning is your day. And then if you want to double check and make sure, just you might be a little out of sync that day, go ahead and take those measurements Monday. If Monday comes up smaller or lighter, use Mondays. All right? And then just repeat, go back to normal the next day. My elbow's feeling a little weird. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all, okay? But don't get in the habit of doing it every day because you're just going to disappoint yourself or you confuse yourself on what you're doing. You're like, well, maybe it'll be smaller tomorrow and you're still working out. Maybe it'll be smaller tomorrow and you've been still working out. So you're going to be constantly losing weight. Okay, now I can count that for Sunday and Saturday now. All right, don't do that. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday. All right, you can wrap it around the day. You can do the day before, the day after, or you can do the day and the day of, obviously. Or you can do the day of, the day after. I wouldn't do anything further than that. Just to check. But that will also give you a good idea of how your body fluctuates. All right, take it 3 days in a row, maybe just once. All right, and you can see that it's going to fluctuate a little bit. Okay, just because. You know. Or just for a fun idea, just so you can see it fluctuate. Eat dinner. Hop on the scale. All right, and then, you know, the next morning, empty stomach. Hop on, you know, empty stomach, empty bladder, empty everything. Hop on the scale. You'll see the fluctuation just right there. You'll be like 5 pounds heavier the night before. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's it for that. So yeah, anybody who is following me, I do want to apologize for taking so much time in between the workouts. Like this here, I can post to YouTube and I can say exercise starts at 19 minutes and 43 seconds, whatever it is. And then I continue the workout without stopping again because I was doing my cardio and I was stopping and talking, doing my bench press and stopping and talking. That's not going to happen anymore. If I do it, and you are watching me, nobody's watching me, say something. Stop me. You know, get in there. Stop talking. Work out. That would be much appreciated. All right, so that's that. And then I knew. See, I'm way late. Just getting down here. I'm way late. So, all right. So this should take, from this point on, about 45 minutes. Got my chart set up for day 1. It is week 4, day 1. This week and next week are the last 2 days of this segment. I went ahead and I was actually a little more intense last week than I was the 2 weeks before. I'm starting to get the feel of it. So this week we should be able to go a little bit harder. And since I only lost maybe roughly a quarter of an inch last week, I'm going to go a little bit harder this week to make sure that we get back on track. Yeah, that's it. That being said, we're going to get started. Alright, so we're doing a 20-minute workout on Turbo Jam. We're stopping at the turbo. You know, yes, we're stopping after the turbo. So it's about a 12-minute warm-up. Probably rip his collar off. He's falling off.
Welcome to your 20-minute turbo jam. This is the perfect workout when you're short on time and you need a big calorie burn. So for lower fat modifications, keep your eyes on Mindy, or my girl, Anarita. They're going to show you how to do it low impact. We're going to show you how to do it with a lot of enthusiasm and have a great time. Make sure you've got a bottle of water and a towel, a big smile, and a good attitude. You guys ready to party? Let's go. Shoulders, shoulders, go. Now start off small, because we're just getting you warmed up. We're going to build into this gradually, and this will be guaranteed the best 20 minutes of your day. You guys ready? Okay. Still a long lead. Now give me a jab to the front, but nice and easy. Single jab, but don't snap those elbows. Stay controlled. Double up. Now a cross punch. Single cross. Hit the corner. Perfect. Double up. Now it's a hook. Like you're sliding your elbow across the shelf. Singles. Double up. Uppercut. Up and away. Now single. Away from your own face. Now let's march right. Hit it. Arms up. Pull. Imagine you're grabbing someone by the shoulders and you're pulling them down. That's it. Just like that. Pull them down. Yeah, that's where you get all those calories. Upper body, lower body. Singles for 8 on one side. Bring that elbow back behind your hip. Switching to the other way. We're burning calories right out the gate. Pull it. Pull it. Now this one I want you to breathe. Hold it and extend. Yep. Big circle out. Pull it around. Deal. 2 more. And now last pull down. Reach all the way up. Pull down. Hip flexor. Push it forward. Sit back into that hamstring. Do it again. Sit back. One more time. 2 more times. Again. Now hold it. Drop that toe. Step over. And get your groove on. It's whatever you want. Just shake it, alright? Now stretch it out to the left. Other side. Push it in. Good. Marching left knee. Good. Pull. Arms all the way up. Good. The more energy you can use from head to toe, the more calories you're going to burn this 20 minutes. And every minute counts. Give me 8. Give me 8. Good. Pull. Pull. The good news is, though, it's not going to feel like exercise. Switch. You can spin right into the party. And we're glad you're here. You ready? I want you to freeze this one. Hold it. Perfect. Extend. All the way around. Hey, that was a nice clap, guys. Very impressive. Reach all the way up. Pull down. Hip flexors. I can hear you back there, George. Do it again. Push it forward. Nice. Then keep your knees up. Never lock out any of it, George. One more time. And hold it down. All right, drop that toe. Bust your move. Come on, party. Hey. Hey. Squeeze. Here we go. Lunge your left.
It's the one thing she does where she doesn't go like opposite on the opposite side.
You're ready, guys. Now jump rope. And anytime you want to see how to keep this low impact, keep your eyes on Anarita. She has lost 75 pounds, and she never has her feet leave the ground. All right? Nice job. Okay, guys, we're going to move on right away. We're going to start with those uppercuts. I want you to aim for under my chin, right towards me. You guys ready? Uppercuts. Now to the corner. So right under my chin, and then under the corner. It is out, up, and away from your own face. Now we're going to add those hooks. Good. like this. Or get funky. Just have a good time, because you know what? This is your workout. I want you to enjoy it. Let's go. Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut. Pump it. That's it. That feels good. Got those abs working already. Here we go. Uppercut. Uppercut. Pump it. Pump it. Pump it. Hey, you can house it too. That's the thing from Hawaii. Can we add on? Elbows low. Low and high. Low and high. Got one hand here by my face. You want to keep a low impact here, right here. Or all the way up here. That's up to you. Listen to your body. Let's move on. We're together. Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut. Pump it. Elbow. One more time. Bring it up. Now look. Up. And hook. Pump it. Pump it. Let's go. Yeah. Elbow. Elbow. All right. Moving on. Jump rope. Nice work. Do the exact same thing, but on your opposite lead. Are you having a good time yet? You're burning calories. Probably don't even realize you're exercising. We're so glad you're at a party. You guys ready? Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut again. Hook it. Come all the way around with that hook. All the way around your body. Ho! Ho! Now pump it. Hey! 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 Pump it, pump it. That's your abs right here. Work those abs. Oh! Yeah! Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it, baby. What do we? Hey, that's nice.
Yes, I know how goofy I look.
Do it again. Yeah, baby. Now elbows low. Low. High. Low. High. Remember, you can modify this. This is with a low impact. Right here. That's up to you. Should we put together? Uppercut. Now hook. Good. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it, baby. We're gonna add those elbows. Elbow. Hook. 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 Uppercut last time. Taking me. Do it again. Pump it. I know. Leave this thing in the holly. Elbows. Hook. Hook. Good. Jump rope. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. You guys are doing an amazing job. I want you to keep the energy nice and high, because we're about to get to the party train. You guys ready for the party train? Okay, here we go. Jab, cross, speed bag. Jab, cross. Speed bag back by your ear. Work out those hips. Nice. Do it again. Again. Now on that cross, come all the way around your body. Speed bag back here by your ear. Jab, cross. The more you put into it, the more calories you're going to burn. So use your whole body. Get that nice and low. We're going to move forward. Let's go up. Step back. Good. Now, if you want to keep it low impact, you're going to stay down like this the whole time. Or you can hop. Are you guys ready to go? And baby. that. And a knee. Beautiful. Back kick for knees. Hey.
Every time she says to add a knee,
We're going to just do one, okay?
I think she's switching.
Knee back and a knee. Back kick.
I should know better. I've been doing this long enough.
Again. Nice. Jump rope. Okay. Get used to that sound. That's your cue for turbo. That's our signature move. We're going to take your intensity up. Now pace yourself. But I want you to push yourself. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're going to start with a football drill. Turn to your right. Back and front. Now turn right again. Come on, baby, work it. Are you pushing? Back to front. Good. Now 8 knees on one side. Good. You can balance this, or you can tap that toe down. Switch. Reach all the way up, baby. Okay, now run forward. The blocks come across your body. Boom. Do it again. Take that intensity up. Are you there? Come on. Push yourself. Take it across. One more time. You're almost there. Come on. This is it. Jump rope. Last second. Now double it up. Singles. Oh yeah. Double it up. Yeah. Nice. Now, don't stop moving. Make sure you're tired like these guys are. Get your towel. Dry up.
You got,
I need you to keep moving.
there's only 6 minutes left in this thing.
You gotta keep moving.
About 2 to 3 of that
That's the whole point of an
is
anaerobic
going to be,
stretch.
well, the remainder of this. 10 more seconds here. Part of that's the cool down, so I'm going to do the last section without the cool down.
Very close to being at the end. So get your second win. Put a big smile on your face, because this is how I'm going out. Are you guys ready?
Because we're here to lose weight.
Stop uppercut. Somebody say,
And
hey.
I got to make up for last week.
There you go, all the way up and all the way to the side. Up out away from your own face. Right into your jab cross. Nice. Now check out my back foot. See how I'm up on the back toe and my heel is lifted? Those kind of things are going to make your knees last a lot longer. Step uppercut. Be mindful of your form. Jab cross. Take your legs nice and wide. Step uppercut. Jab cross. Nice. Do it again, baby. Jab cross. Yeah, get into those legs. Step uppercut. Jab cross. Here we go. Now with the jab knee. Jab knee back kick. You might not get this the first time, no big deal. You go the next couple of times. Now watch. When I pull the knee back, the arm comes back. Put it together. Step uppercut. Be doing all the same. Jab cross. Hang in there, baby. You're almost done. Jab knee back kick. Again. Burn serious calories, serious fat. Oh. Jab cross. I love it. Jab knee. Back kick. Work it. Hey. All right, guys. Jump rope. I like it. They love it. You're gonna love it too. They're gonna love it because the exercises are intense, you get results, and the music is phenomenal. Step uppercut.
Those claps.
Come on. Use those legs. Last little part.
I like the claps.
So proud of you. You have done such an awesome job today. Jab cross. Good. Do it again. Jab cross. Come down enough if you want. Or stay right here. Heart rate still high. Go at your own pace. Always. Step uppercut. Boom. Jab cross. Nice. Step
Okay, so those last 2 cycles, she says to take the intensity down, slow it down, because they're getting ready to do their cool down. Well, yeah. I went a little harder on that one. I'm proud of myself. And I went longer. So they're doing the workout. For them, it's a 20-minute workout. For whoever's doing this normally, it's a 20-minute workout, and then you're done. Unless you add the ab workout, which is my normal routine when I do that. I do that, then I do the ab jam. So if I'm doing a turbo jam cycle, that's the same day. So I just switch to the next one. I skip the cool down, just like I'm doing now. I do need a breather though. This is not me going to go into a rant for another hour. I just need a quick breather. So anyway, they do the cool down. Obviously that's my warm up for my workout, so I don't need to cool down. Like I'm doing now, just breathing. That was pretty intense for me. If you watch my other videos on Mondays and Thursdays the last 3 weeks, you'll see I hadn't gone that intense on that. And I know it wasn't that intense, but for that it was. For me it was. The first week, I did do the that whole section up till the point I stopped. Other than that, I was just doing up to the end of the turbo, where they took their quick water break. I took my quick water break. And then finished off that 3-minute and 40-second, whatever, or 3.5-minute section. Alright, so that's enough breather. I'm not going to keep wasting my time and killing my vibe, killing my burn, killing my flow. Let's turn on some music here. See if we can get this done in about 20-25 minutes. Should be okay. 40 minutes max, which I did that workout plus this in less than 40 minutes total last time. So it's been 20 minutes since I started the 20-minute thing. 20-minute workout. So we should have no problem having this done. Now obviously I'm using heavier weights than I did the first week. So that's going to play a factor in the time. I have to make sure I'm a little more structured on my movements. My form is a little better because I'm using heavier weights than I was when I was just knocking them out. Oh, and when I said I like the claps, I said I like the claps in the workout. I didn't say I like the clap. To any of you who think like me, because I thought of it when I said it. I know there's a lot of you out there, and a lot of you follow me on TikTok. As I do you. Alright, so last week we did 30 pounds on the bench press. We had a plus symbol there. We are going to 35. So 35 pounds minus 20, that's 15 extra. So that is going to be 7.5 per side. I happen to have 7.5 pounders right here. Came with that 40-pound dumbbell set I got at Walmart about 14, 15 years ago. The nice thing about steel weights, they last. Might get some nicks and dings on them, but they last. Okay, so might as well just leave these on quick. All right, so we'll move these guys down there. Don't really hit the stop bars with 35 pounds, but to make sure I'm doing all my safety precautions so I don't get sued in case somebody else hurts themselves. Like, Pony Boy didn't use spotters or spotter bars. Pony Boy wasn't using 200 pounds on my neck. Alright. 35 pounds, 30 reps. Make sure I'm even. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. This sounds like a Van Halen song. hot for teacher? Yeah, hot for teacher. Yeah, that sounds like hot for teacher. It's amazing how close you can get to a song without actually being considered ripping it off. Just saying. Alright, so 35 pounds. See, little whimsical things every now and then aren't bad either. We have 35 pounds, 30 reps. We are going up to 40 next week. Alright, next, regular dumbbell pec flies, as I typed them on the thing there. Pec Flies, pectorals. We did 8 pounds last week. We're going to 10 pounds this week. Slide this guy out to the pad bit there. 10 pounds are my rubbery gray ones. Then my 12 pounds are the powder-coated steel ones that look like those weights. And then from there they go to the black ones with the silver chrome handles. Alright. Got water now. Here we go. Here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Alright. 'Cause I couldn't roll myself up the first week. Dude, if you go back and watch any of my videos from the first week or so, I had to flop myself off that bench. So that's progress right there. It's little progress, but it's progress. And those little things make a big difference, especially to your mental state. When you can do something small that you haven't been able to do, it's a big thing. It goes for anything. Alright, so 10 pounds, 30 reps. You're keeping that at 10 pounds for next week. I felt that one. Also, if you notice, I'm actually doing supersets as long as I keep moving. I'm without making the cycle. Kind of how this works. No idea. No, I'm not. I'm doing the whole body. I'm doing all the exercises. It's still technically a superset, but supersets go muscle group to muscle group to muscle group. Not everything in the muscle group first. I guess it could be either or. Anyway, incline presses. We did 25 last week. I got a double plus, means you're going to 35, which means I have the correct weight on there already. I have to make adjustments to the bench. Starting with the height of this. Even though it is light enough that I don't have to really worry about making adjustments, I want to make sure I'm doing everything proper since I am live streaming and recording this. So I might as well start with good habits. At the beginning. Has anybody ever read The Greatest Salesman? By Og something. His name's Og. That's his nickname, but it's Og. It's kind of a good book. It's very Christian based, but it's like the right part of Christian based. It's like the Jesus type of character Christian based. So not like the self-centered Christian, you know, the bad Christians. Now when that gets heavier, I'm probably going to put the bar up first, empty it, put the bar up first, and then put it back. That's the right one there. Should be the right one there. But anyway, there's a line in there which got a lot of slack a couple years ago. I remember seeing a news article about it, and it irritated the hell out of me. Because there was a lady who signed all her emails in her signature. I know I'm ranting again. In her signature, email signature, you know how you can create a signature. It said, form or create good habits and become their slave. Which means basically, form good habits. That way you are drawn by your good habits. Your good habits will lead you, you know. So you have a tendency, you have a obligation, you have this like internal monologue, your conscience telling you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way. This is the proper way of doing it. So when you don't want to do it, you feel like you're not being loyal. Okay? And the word slave does not necessarily indicate a slave. Alright? Because if you're an electrician or know anything about electrical systems, there's like a lot of times you have a master switch and slave switches. Just like your fuse box. My fuse box is right here. I have all these little circuit breakers. I have all these little circuit breakers I can turn on and off. But there's the master one that I can turn off. The rest are slaves. Alright, but it became a news article because the lady happened to send that to a African-American employee, and she was offended by it because it said slave, but it wasn't anywhere near in the context of being in the wrong or offensive. There's nothing wrong with using the term slave when it refers to not slavery. Okay? So yeah, form good habits, become their slave. There's nothing wrong with that saying. It's actually a very positive saying. It means do good, be better. That's what it means. Alright, so 35 pounds, 30 reps. Here we go. That was longer than I wanted to talk. See what I do? I do that. I do that. I have thought in my head and I have knowledge that I have to share. And you are the unwilling participants of my educational nonsense. Anyway. I'm so weird in the morning. Somebody stop me. It's a mask, right? Somebody stop me. I don't know. Alright. Good? I'm good? I'm good. Alright, so this one should be right here, just below your collarbone. I don't think I'm positioned properly. I think I'm too far back. Alright, yeah, you want to make sure your back is flat. So I was kind of like this. It's not right. Flat on the thing. So, alright. Yeah, right here, just below your collarbone is where that should be. And obviously straight up. technically, I think I'm too far out. I should be a little bit further back. If I have a heavier weight and I got to do that far back with it, got somebody back there, probably not going to be a good thing. All right, 35 pounds, 30 reps, and we're going up to 40 on that one as well. Now, the key to the angle here, the key is the angle here on this one. Just want to make sure I clarify that. About a 45-degree angle will get you the proper thing. You go up higher, you're almost doing a military press because you do want to go a little bit forward on your military presses. A little bit forward. Just above your face. They kind of put you almost in the position for that. And then going lower, you're losing the benefit of the incline. So, speaking of military presses, I gotta turn and face you guys. I know you want to see my fat stomach. Just kidding, you want to see my pretty face? Alright, so military pressing, we did 8 pounds last week. We're keeping it at 8 pounds this week. Again, you can do this, you can do a single arm if you want to. It seems kind of stupid to do it that way. I don't want to say stupid, it's not stupid. It just seems kind of pointless to do it that way. To do a single arm, you know, just 1, 2, and then switch. You can do it standing or sitting. I prefer to do it sitting. I don't know why. I just do. You can do it alternating. When I get to heavier weights, I prefer to alternate it, but right now with the lighter weights, I do it single arm, or I do a double arm, so same time. Whichever one floats your boat. Just remember to go, you're going to watch how far I bend my elbow in. Or I'm not going to be working out for much longer. We're right back to square one, still at square one. So yeah, slightly forward, not by your ears. Alright, here, there. If you want, you can even lean back just slightly and then just go straight up because you're still in the same position, basically. Almost. Don't do that. Oh, there it is. Now, I'll tell you what, if you alternate, you get a little mini break on both sides, okay? That will also help you increase the weight faster because you have a little mini break in between. And that little mini break is enough, especially with lighter weights, to get that little bit of extra energy and muscle to push a little harder. So, I think when I start to do a 15 set, which will be in this week, next week, week after that. 4, 5, 6, week 7 will be the first week of 2 of 15. You know what? Fuck it. We're going up to 10 next week, and I'm going to alternate next week just to give me that little extra boom, little extra punch to get it done. All right, so side lateral raises. We did 3 pounds last week, 3 pounds the last 3 weeks in a row on the side lateral raises. We're actually going up this time. Finally! It's finally here! You know, I probably would act a little cooler if I had my music playing, my Spotify playlist playing, but those darn copyright laws. Probably get booted off these 3 platforms, and then YouTube will say, you can't monetize this. No. But it'll be so much more fun than this blah stuff. Anyway. Alright, side lateral raises. We're up to 5 counts. No more pink weights. Nothing wrong with the pink weights, but don't need them anymore. They're good for a starter. Do this alternating too. 19, 19. A little mini break. 20, 20. My bird's gone. Now it's back. 30. Oh! Oh! I didn't make that sound. I did not make that sound. Not at all. Wasn't me. Can't prove it. I was off camera. 5 pounds, 30 reps. One more week. We're going to keep it at 5. After 3 weeks of being at 3, I think we can do 2 weeks at 5. Speaking of being 3 weeks at 5, 3 weeks at 3, bent over straight arm lateral raises. Turn this guy here. Trip over it. Flat bench. And we're going up to 5. I don't know if I said that. We're going up to 5 again on this one. Single arm. This is a single arm exercise. You want to be, I would suggest being consistent on which side of the body you start on with a single arm exercise or a single limbed exercise. That way, for some reason, you get sidetracked, like I like to do. You know which side you did first. Especially if you're not using like heavy weight and you're like, oh, this arm is so dead. You know, when it's not dead, you might get sidetracked, something happens, you go upstairs, you go to the bathroom, whatever the reason, and you come back to finish it and you realize you use the same arm again. Probably won't ever happen, but I'm just saying. Just a good habit. Alright, so this is just here, straight back. 1, you want to make sure your hand comes to a stop so you're not swinging it. 2, 3, Oh, I definitely felt back. Yeah, it's only 5 pounds. Why did you need it? Alright. So that's going to stay at 5 as well for next week. But hey, it finally moved up, and I think that's it for the 3-pounders. Oh no. Let's stay. Yeah, side lateral raises, bent over lateral raises, they stay. I put a plus there by accident on the other one. I know that wouldn't do. Alright, so shoulder shrugs. I got to check Thursday. See where we were. We went up to 17 Monday to Thursday. So Thursday, 17 means we move to the 20s. So remember, I have, after I hit 15, I go in 5-pound increments. But if for some reason I feel that a 5-pound increase on a single arm exercise doesn't work, I can add the 2-pound wrist weights to it, and then it makes it a smaller increment. Instagram, and give me a second, got to put Instagram back on. Kind of good timing since I was in between exercises. Not that anybody was watching me on Instagram. Not that anybody's watching me on any of these either. Alright, so let's see here. Sorry. Oh, god damn it. Gosh darn it. Pushing all the wrong buttons. Bad. Alright. There we go. Alright, so 20 pound shoulder shrugs is where we're at. Alright, so this is just straight up and down. You don't want to roll them or anything. Okay, so at least for Thursday, we're going to keep that at 20. 20, 30 reps, stays the same. A swig of water. Shoulders are done, on to the triceps, and then we got 3 more exercises. Well, we have 3 more exercises, and we're all done. I'm off the camera. There we are. Hi, YouTube. See, this is how I should feel in the middle of my workout. I should be sweaty. I'm sweaty. You can't see because I'm wearing a white shirt. My breath. That's how I should feel during my workout. Unlike last week where I wasn't sweating, I was standing around talking way too much. Alright, tricep kickbacks. We did 5 pounds last week. We're doing 5 pounds again. This is a single-armed exercise. Same setup as the bent over lateral raises. The only difference is you're bending your arm at the beginning instead of, you're not here, you're here. And it just goes back from there. 1. Again, you want to avoid swinging your arm. If you want to do them this way too, you can. I prefer doing them this way as opposed to this way because I do my hands this way doing the pull down. So this is a different angle for the tricep. So I recommend doing them in the hammer position as opposed to the gear shift position. Side-handed instead of overhanded. But since I did one that way, my other hand doing that. There's one, two. I keep making that noise. Woo! Means I'm feeling it this week. That's a good thing. 5 pounds, 30 reps. We're going to keep that one more time with 5 pounds. You sure? All right, skull crushers. We did 10 pounds. It's a single weight, double armed exercise. One weight, both arms overhead. Skull crusher. This is also one of the exercises where I will make sure I only increase 2 to 3 pounds each time, roughly. At least until I get to the bigger weights. I don't want to crush my skull. Alright, so I did a 12 pounder, I did 8 12 pounder. Then again, I could wrap one of the wrist weights around the 15 to 20 pounders if I need to go up in a smaller increment. Or I can even use a regular dumbbell with plate weights, put on the 15 pounds, and on the top one, I can put a 2.5-er. Since it is going this way, not sideways, you don't have to be level or even on both sides. Make sense? Makes sense. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. It does. Alright. So, technically you want to be just behind your head. One, that'll give you full range of motion. And two, you won't be like landing it on your head. I need to do that. Edge. You want your head to be at the edge of the bench. So, now, because I'm anal, I have to switch the positions of my hand. Now you could probably do it this way if you wanted to, but that's not really the exercise. Alright? Now I'm just tired of being lazy and rolling over. The positioning of the hands in your tricep exercises is key in your tricep exercises. Which is why I say kickbacks like this, not like this, because we're going to do a close grip pull down here, and that's the same thing with the skull crushers. If you put your hands here and do this, it's the same exercise as this. Alright, kickbacks doing this way is the same exercise as the wide grip one on the pull down that we do on Thursday. So, if you don't have a pull down machine, yeah, you can use your kickbacks that way. Do both. Works the muscle differently. Alright, you don't have, that's what the kickback is. Basically, it's a pull down. Alright? So, you can use the kickback both ways if you don't have a machine. Instead of the skull crushers, if you don't want to, you can get the certain, if you have the machine, you can get the certain, the rope or the V-shaped handle. It's the same, almost exact same position. Yeah, same position, your hands just aren't open. So, they're all alternates to the machine, which I can answer those questions if you guys want. If anybody's watching me. Hi, somebody on TikTok. Alright, so skull crushers are done. We had 12 pounds. I'm definitely taking that up to 15 next time. And yes, because I think it feels differently. I start off one way with the, I'm not doing it like that. Oh, that's bad. So I start off one hand behind the other. Halfway through I switch. I think it feels slightly different, so I make sure I change it. It's just me. It might not be everybody. Obviously, when you get to heavier weights, your hands really aren't going to overlap. So, if anybody's screen recorded me doing that, I'm going to kick your asses. Alright, last exercise. We have the close grip push downs on the machine. We did 15 pounds last week on the machine, on the cables. We are doing 20 pounds this time. So, go ahead and move my bench. Don't need it anymore. Put it over here. There. We got time. I have to do something real fast because DoorDash won't let me modify. I woke up late. So, hi Instagram. DoorDash will not let me modify my dash. Oh, it did that time. It didn't like 2 seconds ago. When I restarted Instagram, I went to restart it. I tried to modify my dash to start at a later time. It wouldn't let me do it. But this time it let me do it. I gotta get Instagram back on. How you get Instagram? I know nobody's there. Nobody likes me on Instagram. You know what the problem with Instagram is? Most people on Instagram know me, so they don't really watch me. Nobody know me. I went to high school with me. Yeah, one back. Okay, so currently I have, looks like I have 30 pounds on here from one of the back exercises last week. So we need to knock off this 5-pounders on each side. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. My hourly alarm is going off. Alright, so, again, as I said, this is close grip, so all the way in. And then you bring it down to about the chest level. And then you just push down. That's it. Oh, Instagram, looking at all my grocery bags over here and stuff. That little closeting thing is full of grocery bags. You know, those little giant little Walmart bags. I use them for trash bags for my small trash cans and my trash can in my car, truck, SUV, whatever you call it. And then I also use them when it's raining outside and the bag's small enough to fit it. I get like paper bags for my deliveries on DoorDash and whatever I'm using. So if it's raining or snowing and they want me to leave at the door, I put it in one of those bags so the bottom of the bag doesn't get wet. It's going to pick it up, all the food falls out. So they come in handy. I'm recycling. I know it's reusing. Reusing. I'm reusing them. Doing my part for the planet. At least a little bit. Alright, 20 pounds. 30 reps. We're staying 20 pounds next week, and we are done with day 1. Week 4, day 1. I'm going to set this up in my hands for tomorrow. No 3-pounders tomorrow. No 3-pounders on Wednesday, which makes sense. It's not. There's nothing to do with dumbbells on Wednesday. I like that. Thursday, no 3-pounders again. Friday. So we are done with the pink weights. The pink weights have served their purpose. We still have the purple weights though. For now. But I'm sure by the time the 2 of 15 starts, we'll be down to the purple weight, because if we're on purple now, everything goes up for the 2 of 15 series. So even if next week I say, yeah, 5 pounds is good for that exercise for 1 more week, that's assuming that 1 more week of 1 of 30. It goes up anyway. So if we are on 5 pounds now, and we don't change it next week, or the week after, whatever it is, when we go to 2 of 15, it will go up. So the minimum weight we will be starting with, at this point right now, the minimum weight we'll be starting with is the 8-pounder. So for the 2 of 15 series segment. Yeah. 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 I'd rather have my music, like Bodies and Last Resorts, Lose Yourself, Next Episode, shit like that. This is in my playlist. I got a good playlist. So I got a couple Nickelback songs for you hardcore people. These are like the hardest songs I can find in the YouTube library. And they're not bad. They fill the background noise, but they don't like pump me up like the songs I want to listen to do. Like Number One by Nelly, and You're the Best by Joe Esposito from The Karate Kid. I don't care how hard. I do not care. You turn this fucking shit off. Okay. Workout's over. I can rant all I want, except I have to work in a little bit. But I can rant for at least 5 more minutes or so. I don't care how hard and heavy your workout is, your workout playlist is. I don't care what you're listening to. You know, if you're listening to Slipknot or you're listening to, I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck you're listening to. I don't care how hard, how heavy hitting your workout playlist is. There are 2 songs that you need to have on there. You need You're the Best by Joe Esposito, the song from Karate Kid. You know, when the tournament starts, you need that song on your playlist. And then obviously Eye of Tiger. But if you don't, that's a given. Almost everybody has that in their playlist, unless they're like super hard, heavy people. Hard, heavy hitting music type people. But I don't care. I could be in the middle of my workout and I'm like dying. Okay, I remember I'm like, oh my god. You know, when I'm not recording, I just shut the fuck up and just do my workout. But if I'm like going hard, I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like halfway through it. My playlist is always on shuffle when I use my regular playlist, just like this is. But it's always on shuffle. And I'll sit there. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. That song comes on. That song will come on, and next thing you know, I'm like, all right, let's go. And I'm like right there. There's something about that song. Probably because Karate Kid was my favorite movie. Favorite movie as a kid. It's the whole reason I got into martial arts. Cobra Kai is an awesome show too. I think it kind of went a lot more extreme than it needed to go. But this isn't the 80s, and things kind of have to be more, more dramatic nowadays for people to watch it. So, still fun. Still a great show. I just love it. And all the movies. I have to rewatch 3. I have to rewatch Karate Kid 3 because there was some reason I didn't like it when it came out. However, after watching season 4 of Karate Kid and having Terry Silverback, he's a white guy. I'm not making racist jokes. Terry Silver back on the show. I'm kind of liking his character a little more, especially during the flashbacks. So, I don't know why I didn't like it. I can't remember. And when I've ever mentioned it, I remember a few TikToks that I responded to about it, saying 3 sucked. And I had a lot of people saying 3 is the best one, which is a crock of shit because 2 is the best one. 1's the original, 1's the OG, but 2 is the best one. Hands down. Next Karate Kid, you suck it. Hillary Swank. Anyway, the next Karate Kid is just, it's not a horrible movie, but it's not a good movie. It's a 90s take on, it's a 90s feminist take on the Karate Kid. It's not a good movie. Again, it's watchable. It's kind of part of the series, but dude, if they bring back Hillary Swank in the 5th season, I'm gonna fucking shit myself. Not in a good way. I guess that wouldn't be in a good way. It would be kind of cool though. Like, if they did it right. If they did it right. Like, she comes to visit Miyagi's grave, because why wouldn't she? Why the hell wouldn't she? She's visiting Miyagi's grave. Daniel shows up. How did you know he was my teacher? What? And that'd be sweet, wouldn't it? That'd be a really cool take on it. Netflix, if you're watching this, I know you're not. You need to do that. I'm going to make a TikTok. I'm going to make a TikTok about it. That would redeem. That would 100% redeem that movie. I can't really blame Hillary Swank for it was one of her first movies. So her acting wasn't quite on par. I know she can't really display emotions very well. She's a good actor, but she can't display emotions. She doesn't have it in her face to do emotions. And then, it wasn't a great script. So, whatever. But, that would be awesome. Just like, I can't say anything. Can't say anything! I don't want any spoilers. But that'd be cool. She's visiting Miyagi's grave. Daniel walks up. They have a little conversation. Cobra Kai comes start some shit. And then, next thing you know, they're fighting together. How fucking cool would that be? Is anybody listening to me? There's nobody here, and I'm having this fucking like awesome idea for Cobra Kai. Nobody's here listening to me. Yet I'm still talking because it's recording. That's recording. That's recording. That's recording. And that's recording. It's all recording. Whatever. But that one's getting posted. These won't be posted. These no one's going to see afterwards anyway. But that one's getting posted to YouTube. So. Okay. Titch. That's great. That's great. Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the same username. Ponyboy113 for YouTube people. It's right across the screen right now. TikTok. It says TikTok in front of it, of course. Because TikTok is my main account. Alright? I have a fitness journey playlist. All the videos that I make for that playlist are also going on YouTube in the same titled playlist. So, if you want to communicate with me, you can comment on my videos on either YouTube or TikTok. I would prefer you jump over to TikTok because I can make video responses to those questions, comments, concerns. Also, if you want to give me advice, you want to ask me advice, whichever, I am more than willing to give advice. I'm more willing to receive advice because I'm not perfect. I haven't studied this stuff. I've done plenty of research, and I know what I have done in the past has worked. But anything else that I don't know, I am all open to learning new things. I'm also open to sharing the knowledge that I have. So, that being said, I am done. It is done. I have to go shower, and I have to go work. I know, kind of working DoorDashing at 1:30 kind of seems kind of goofy, but sometimes it gets busy during the afternoon. Actually, I don't really see a difference. Honestly, it might be a little slower. Might be a little slower in the afternoon, but I tend to make roughly the same amount of money that I do at lunchtime. In those 2 hours, like 11 to 12, 12 to 1, between like 1 and 5, I still tend to roughly make the same amount per hour. So, it seems to be like there's more good orders during that time, and less just taking what you need to take to make sure you make your money. You might sit for a while, like 20 minutes or so. The next thing you know, you got a $10 order going 3 miles. And then you sit for a little bit, get another $10 order going 3 miles. You made $20 in the hour. As opposed to at lunchtime, you're taking a $6 order going 3 miles, $6 order going 3 miles, $6 order. You've taken 4 or 5 orders to make that $20, and you make 2 or 3 to make the $20 during the afternoon. And then dinner time, usually dinner time's where it hits nicer. So that is it. Bye-bye. Turn off.